Welcome back, my beautiful blessings. Today is my testimony part 2, series 6 out of 7. We're 2 videos away, the second to last video, to ending this series on my testimony part 2. 2 out of 5 to be exact. And so today, you guys, we're just going to be talking about what if I don't want to leave my toxic relationship, because I was at a point where I didn't want to leave. I felt like I couldn't find better, which obviously now we know couldn't be further from the truth. But you guys, we're just going to be talking about things that you have to prepare for if you want to stay in this relationship. Things you got to expect, like the reality of it. The more beautiful blessings, let's get into this video. So the question on today is, what if I don't want to leave my toxic relationship? What if I'm happy here? What if this makes me feel happy? Well, of course, the simple answer would be things will remain the same. I mean, obviously you can't continue to remain in the same thing, continue to do the same things and expect a different result. As I mentioned in my last video, you can't change a person. And even if you don't want to leave, you got to stop telling yourself that you'll never find better, because that's not true. And how would you know if you never left the relationship? You can't be scared, honey. Like, it's plenty of fish in the sea, but not only fish in the sea, it's going to be at least 1 out of the million of fish that's for you, that's going to treat you the way you should be. Because the truth is, I mean, I'm in my last relationship, I felt that I wasn't going to find anyone better, but that can't be further from the truth, because looking back then, it's like, dang, I feel sorry for the old me. I feel sorry for that person who was in that situation, because as of right now, my life has completely changed. And not only my life, but the person that I'm with now, I can truly say I'm respected, I'm appreciated, I'm loved. And so I'm happy. Like, it's the way you feel. The way you feel makes a difference, and the way you interact with the person makes a difference, and the way your life changes makes a difference. And so me being in my marriage has truly been a testimony to the things I've been through in the past, because they don't compare. So you will find better if you seek to find better and get what you deserve. The second thing is, you're gonna have to get used to not being able to express how you feel, because obviously we know in these situations that can start an argument. You got to be used to not being able to be lifted up in a good way by your partner, because things are always a competition. You can really never experience true happiness because you're always angry, going through arguments, and just feeling unsettled with this person. They don't want to see you do better than them. And that's not even just in relationships. That's in like family, friend situations as well. And you know, they undermine your feelings. They'll either ignore them, they'll gaslight you, or they'll just want to disengage. You truly never feel important in this relationship or appreciated, and it just leaves you in desperation for their approval, for security in yourself. And so it's like you rely on them to fuel you, but they don't always fuel you in a good way. It's like you have to pry that out of them. You no longer rely on yourself anymore to tell yourself what you should do, because you become so into what they have to say, and that's their end goal anyway. That's the goal they're wanting, is to basically control your mind. It sounds a bit out there, but if it helps them get what they want, then that's what they're gonna do. It's almost sad, because you'll go into the relationship, like I said in my other videos, this confident, and when you in that relationship or before you get out of that relationship, you're going to be this confident. Like, it's like you lose yourself in that relationship. Instead of becoming a better person, you lose yourself. You lose who you are and rely on this person. And so you're just going to have to deal with, most times, basically a selfish adult kid who always want things done their way. And so you'll never get to do the things you want to do your way unless it's at their convenience, unless it works out for them. And you'll just be so lucky for it to happen that way, but you'll never be on the receiving end. You'll always be on the giving end, giving to them, investing in them, but you'll do that so much so that you yourself will be in a drought, and you'll never be able to feed into your spirit man. And so you'll just have to prepare to continue to deal with the current things, the current situations, because if your hope is in change, well, you gotta accept the fact that time doesn't always change a person. And I mean, I'm sure within that year or 10 years or 20 years that you've been together, whether it's in a relationship or marriage, if they haven't changed in such a way that's healthy now, then they never will. Because if you're putting up with the things that they're doing to you, then you, in their mind, you forever will, you know? And you'll just never get to receive the healing that you deserve, because God surely healed me from my past traumas, not even just in family, but in relationships as well, because God knows I've been through it. When you're hurting, when you're damaged and you're trying to love someone, it can be a bit complicated sometimes, because things may come off in a way we don't mean. Sometimes you may come off as insecure. Sometimes you may come off as just needing assurance. But it's all because of what you've been through, and all because of things that happened in the past and that scarred you, that damaged you, that hurt you. So healing from people, mainly in relationships, but in family situations as well, which would be, again, a different video, just allowed me to love in a healthy way, and just get over certain things that I've been through in the past, and to no longer hold on to it. And being healed from toxic things in the past that taught me to be a certain way, allowed me to love in such a way that I could give this person a chance. And sure, I had my walls up at first, but it allowed me to give this person a chance to not assume the worst, but to not think that it couldn't happen again, right? But for sure, it allowed me to accept him in a way, and allow him to love me in a way that I've never been loved before. But overall, just learning to love in a healthy way has helped me receive my partner's love and allow him to love me. Because if I got my wall consistently up, well, how can I expect him to love me in such a way to where he can show me what love is? And I've had skepticism about him. I was skeptical about him at first, and I was just like, I don't know. Like when he brought me flowers, I was like, oh, you love bombing me? But it's crazy, because you know, you think in such a way based off of what you've been through and how much you've been damaged by people in your life. And it's crazy, but when you just allow God to heal you, you see clearly, and you give people second chances. And these are chances that are worth it, because they show you the true essence of love through family and friend relationships, and through boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife relationships. You need time to look at yourself and understand that it's not you, but it's things you do that allow these people in your life. And you just gotta think your way through it and understand, like I said in my previous video, what are you allowing? What is ruling that relationship? What started that relationship to begin with? Because then you'll understand the foundation of it. If my relationship was ruled by sex, if I started off with sex, then I can't expect my person to love me and we've just based it off of sex. I don't know how they love. I don't know in what way they love. They might not even know what love is. We just know sex, right? No shame in my game. I even said in another video, and all in the same series, that I was once that person who would do certain things and not be committed. And that's what I was like, you know, Maya, you gotta check yourself, because you can't just be committing yourself to a person before it's been established. And so just all in all, you really have to prepare yourself for the things that are already happening. You got to ask yourself, are you willing to deal with this for the rest of your life? Because I mean, the goal is typically marriage, so it's like, are you willing to marry someone and deal with it for the rest of your life? I can only respect that decision. If you want to be with this person, regardless of what you see it to be, how toxic it may be, do you, boo? But I do want to say that I want to challenge you to just seek God. If you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus is the Lord and Savior, you will be saved. So just pray that prayer and just try picking up a Bible, or even going on YouTube and listen to audio Bible books. There's actually a good version of that I can link down in the description below. I love that version of like the audio books. It's awesome. And just try watching other people's testimonies. Ask the Lord for guidance and just see how He works in your life. Just see, once you just take those miniature steps, and if you don't know where to start, reach out to me, because I promise you, He knows everything you're going through, everything you're dealing with, and He just wants what's best for you. And He wants you to have what you deserve. You'll never really know what's out there if you just stay in a box, right? Not encouraging people to leave their relationships or anything, but I mean, if it's not making you happy, it's not making you happy, it's not healthy, then go, leave. I mean, I understand there's certain circumstances where you have children or you're probably married, but just find what works for you. And that's why it's important to have the Lord in your life, because He'll show you the way, the best way to go about it. He'll provide for you. I'm always here for you too. But I love you, my beautiful blessings, and I hope this video blessed you, and I'll see you in our last series of testimony part 2.